What happened on the Bassmaster Elites down in Lake Okeechobee? If you're new to the channel, my name's Steve Chapman. I do this channel. I've been in the industry for ages. Love bass fishing. And I try to cover everything as unbiased as possible. But sometimes I must be biased. But I try not to be. But if you like this kind of content, click that like and subscribe button. And welcome to the team. And listen to the end so I can tell you the three storylines, or one major storyline that I think is the best of all of them. Now, the Elites are down on Lake Okeechobee, and it just finished today. This is Sunday at 6 o'clock. And if you would have asked me if the disqualifications of Heron and Scott Martin wouldn't be the biggest storyline of the tournament, I would have just said you were probably wrong. But Brandon Palaniuk made it unbelievable. Made it unbelievable to watch. Made it unbelievable to root for. And I couldn't be happier that he won. And I'm surprised not only that he won, but that he almost hit the century mark. And it's almost as big of a story, or really I do think it's a bigger story than Scott Martin getting disqualified. And that's what we need. We don't need all the negativity. We need some positive stuff. And Brandon Palaniuk is completely positive in everything that he does, in staying late and staying throughout the tournament to say congratulations to every winner over the last couple of few years. He stays, doesn't go home. He wants to congratulate and tell the person who wins, good job. Now we need to give it up for Brandon for absolutely smashing Lake Okeechobee. And I'm going to be honest, Brandon made me love watching the Elites. This weekend, I can't say a lot bad for everything that went on. I wasn't happy that they were using a lot of scoping technology, but a good guy finished first. Not just a good guy, a great guy. And I couldn't be happier for him and his family and for his channel and everything else that this man does. He is phenomenal. But there were also lots of other storylines that went on, including Jacob Fouts and McKinney, after having horrible St. John's, coming back and finishing really well and in that top 15 or 20. And coming out of Florida and doing the St. John's and then Okeechobee and starting off on a good foot really puts you in a good position to not only have great points, but be one of the front runners for Angler of the Year, which is incredibly important to a lot of anglers because it shows consistency and it shows that you're one of the best anglers on the Elites. And if you watch the coverage, they did a better job first off on the halftime show, which was abysmal to start off with. Much drastically better on this tournament. But you also noticed that there were 3 or 4 or 5 anglers that were fishing the same spot and able to work together. They talked, they communicated, they shared lures, and they fished a small zone that had a lot of fish in it. And it was nice to see anglers cooperating with each other and rooting for each other and helping each other try to make the cut, try to make the final day. And it was exceptional to see those anglers do it. It's one of the main storylines for Okeechobee. And with the next tournament being the Classic, the guys can take a little bit of a break. But Angler of the Year is already shaping up. And we have John Garrett in first. We have John Cox, no forward-facing sonar, in second. Think about that. He's in second place. He is 13 points behind right now, but that's pretty impressive. We have David Gaston in third. You have anglers like Jason Christie in 11th, and then Jay Shakura in 7th right now too. And David Gaston right now needs to be looked at as an angler that's really putting up the numbers. He's a scoper. He can fish anywhere. He has a really good opportunity to win Angler of the Year, but so does Brandon Palaniuk and David Gaston and Garrett. And they're probably the heavy favorites right now to win Angler of the Year. And if you weren't rooting for Palaniuk to win and didn't enjoy the excitement and the drama that came with him fishing and only needed a couple fish and losing a fish on his last day, a big fish on his last day, I don't know what else bass can offer. It offered drama, good commentary. It offered everything that a fan wants. And I found this tournament one of the best tournaments I've seen in a long time. Even though there was so much drama before it, I still think that Brandon winning was better and even greater for the sport and the hobby. And we now have some anglers that really need to figure out how they're going to fish the rest of the season. They still have the Classic coming up, but anglers like Easton Fothergill, Scott Martin, Chris Zaldane, Gussie, Matt Robertson, Greg Hackney, Randy Howell, JT Tompkins, Brandon Lester, Ben Milliken, they're all under 74 and below. And you don't want to start off on a bad foot. These guys have. Now their goal should be to just try to make it in the top 40 and try to gain enough points to fish the Classic in 2026. Because right now those guys are having some ouch moments. And it's not really how you want to start 2025. And we had the storyline of Matt and Scott being disqualified. And then it was trumped by the amazing Brandon Palaniuk that won the tournament. But there's one storyline that really was crazy. And that was John Garrett claiming to see a UFO on Lake Okeechobee. But I'll try to put the clip in right now. And this is a story that just is crazy. I hope it's real. I really do hope it's real. But we got to hear the story from him, and he had his wife and I think his child with him too. And I think that while I love that Brandon won, the story that's going to stick in my head is the UFO story. So thank you for putting that out and letting us hear that story. What was your best storyline of the weekend? What did you think of the Elites? Did you watch it? Do you think it was one of the best tournaments they've had? Comment below and tell me what you think. Thanks for hitting that like and subscribe button. Thank you to all the new subscribers and all the new members and everyone who is interactive on this channel. You guys are absolutely ridiculous. You guys are amazing, so thank you. But if you're not a subscriber, you should be. Just click that button and welcome to the team. Remember, take a kid fishing, tight lines, cheers, and get your fish on.